Okay.
E36 Unfiltered, aka the Unfiltered Room with Mr. E Great. Introducing all the latest names and the latest news. Hottest take, he the new face, yeah, the new sound, but keep it old school. And raw interviews from local athletes, and even digging off and entertainment too. Own style, he got his own lane, it's unfiltered out, we keep it raw, man. New content to keep the people ready. E36, no Jerome Bait, it's real dialogue and real conversations. You keep it real, but we real. Mr. E Great in the building. E36 Unfiltered.
What's up, everybody? How you doing? It's your boy E. Gray from the E36 Unfiltered Live Podcast Show, guys. We are back here with another great edition, guys. This time we got some new guests in the house. One familiar face, actually, than the one that you guys new face and a familiar face, guys, that we had here previously. So I'll be bringing him in just a second, guys. Make a few adjustments, some things I want you guys to do for me, making sure while you in here, guys, go ahead and hit that share button, guys. Hit that share. You in here? Like I said, go hit that share button, hit that like button, and also don't forget, tune in, man. Drop your questions, all that great stuff, guys, as we get this show here rocking and rolling. All right. Now, without further ado, guys, I'm not gonna take no more time. We get this thing rocking and rolling for you guys. And what we're gonna talk about today, we're starting out from the beginning, guys. We're gonna talk about the slap heard. Well, no, before I do that, man, I gotta introduce my guys, man. I forgot that. I'm sorry, I'm tripping. All right, guys, we're gonna start here with the new face, but not a new face. Also, guys, you may have remembered him actually multiple times. I think the first guy in the state of Alabama to have go all state 5 times, 4 to 5 times, all state, guys, all American as well. From the University of Alabama, former fullback, also went to the Arizona Cardinals and the Kansas City Chiefs. My man, Tim Castille, class of 2003, baby. How you doing?
Third. What's up, man? Glad to be
great.
Here, man. Thanks for having me.
Great, absolutely, man. So we'll get my man in here. And also, not further ado, guys, also gonna take the time to bring in my next guest. He was on here the last one a few times. I had another show on here, hailing from the A, guys. And that is Alabama, from Elkmont High School. Went to the Southern Mississippi, where he was an all-conference multiple times there. Also got drafted in the 5th round to the Atlanta Falcons, and then finished up his career with a big bang with the New York Giants, Super Bowl winning team. Michael Boley, how you doing?
Good, man. How's it going, brother?
Man, I'm doing great, man. Like I said, great to have you guys once again back into the fold. If everybody, like you said, guys, you coming in here, go ahead, hit that like button, hit that share button. We also, like I said, we're streaming on Twitter and YouTube as well. YouTube handle, guys, is E36 Unfiltered. So you guys want to get on that, go ahead. I got that at the bottom of that screen. But anyway, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump into this thing to get us rocking and rolling. What I call, guys, I guess a lot of things going on this past week in the sporting world and the regular world, everything going on in the entertainment world, because it is sports entertainment as well. The slap heard around the world. The Will Smith jumped on the stage to defend his wife Jada Pinkett after Chris Rock took a very a low blow jab, a joke. But it didn't quite go over so well. So anyway, of course, everybody know he bum rushed the stage and slapped the taste of my man Chris Rock face, mouth. So I'm kind of posing that question not only to myself but to the audience, my guests, but also to the audience out there, fellas. What do you guys thought about that, man? As you guys saw that, what was going through you guys' mind? Whether you saw it happen live or you saw it on the replay, what was you thinking?
I'll let Mike go first.
I mean, to be honest, it's surprising, but at the same time, it's not. Just going off of what happened. I mean, you can tell. Like at first, Will kind of laughed, and then obviously he looked over at Jada. She didn't seem too happy about it, so I think that's kind of what made him blow up. But I understand the whole thing of, protecting your significant other, and that's kind of what he did. there's been all the talk about, a time and a place and all that, but I mean, everybody can't say that. I mean, you never know until you in that moment, like what you gonna do.
Clearly.
I mean, I can't sit here and say that, I can't bash him for doing what he's doing. I'm gonna say that because like I said, you never know what somebody's gonna do in that moment, especially on that stage in front of millions of people. So
Wait. So, Baller, so you telling me, has you been on the ESPYs and Chris Rock gonna say a joke about your wife? And he a joke, he comedian, he have done it before. So you're saying that you would have took it that far to go up there and potentially put your hands on the man?
I'm saying you never know until you in that situation. Now on the flip side, if I'm Chris Rock, we throwing hands.
What?
You see what I'm saying? Like it ain't no.
You
like,
gonna turn your back on me, dog. You ain't
exactly. You hit me and then you casually walk off like you trying to get yourself back. Before you get to your
what
seat.
he did. Yes, it looked like he really adjusted his shirt. Like hold up, man. Yeah, no, I did it.
That's too much. That's too much disrespect.
But I kind of also applaud him on how he handled it, because had he went further with it and retaliated like 99.9% of the people would have,
he should have.
It would have shut the whole. It would have been
exactly.
The whole show would have been shut down. It would have been. Yeah, it would have been bad. It would have been bad.
Yeah, because if that was me, I'd tell you, look, one of us got to go. The show will not go on until one of us gone. Fact. That's how it is. Not going on. Either me or him got to go.
So somebody got to go down. So what's up? So Tim, what was your thoughts on the man? And then we're gonna ask later on whose side y'all taking with this. What's up?
I mean, I think about it in other terms. So like, I think about it in football terms. Like, bro, if a fan say something crazy about my wife or my mama during the game, I can't run up in the stands and smack somebody. Like, I can't do that. That's not how that's gonna work. It ain't how that's gonna go down. That's not how the league's gonna let that go down.
Yeah.
So that's how I look at it. Is what other workplace can I go to? And bro, I mean, we done played ball. I heard the worst insults, man. Like, dog, you done had somebody grab you at the bottom of a pile. Like, hey, but you got to be able to keep your composure. And so, like, that's kind of where I think about it as. I'm like, dog, I done had people insult me in their football and say, like, man, I done had coaches say crazy stuff to me.
Right.
Say crazy stuff to me. To my face. I couldn't smack the dude. I couldn't.
You lose it. It's no win on that.
There's no winning on that. And so, that's how I look at it. I'm like, bro, I understand defending your wife and all of that and stuff, but I'm just like, bro, in real life scenarios that I've been in where I've had to keep my composure and people done talk crazy to me, I've had to do it. And so I don't understand how that doesn't apply in this situation.
Well, one thing I will say is, I mean, you got to look at it. How long has the Oscars had comedians host? Comedians wouldn't be comedians without talking about people. That's how they make their bread.
True.
And so you already know if you come to the Oscars, you sit front row, you fair game.
You got
how you look, what you wear, your past, all that.
When I go to comedian shows, I make sure I ain't in the front row. I'm gonna go listen to Bernie Mac. I'm gonna go listen to everybody.
You want to sit way in the back.
I'm gonna pay for the cheap seats, and I'm sitting in the back. You already know how that's gonna go, man.
Yeah, you might get got.
So I mean, to be honest, like that was the most surprising part. Like, bro, like every year somebody gets talked about, and a comedian pushes the limit every year. They gonna pick whatever the hot topic is or something that sticks out, and they just they gonna say something about it.
Yeah.
Like, to be honest, like comedians don't really have a filter. They don't need one. That's their job.
That's what they do.
To give us a show, we sit up there and laugh. It's to kind of break the ice. Sit up there. You want to make jokes, get everybody involved, and then you start announcing who's up for whatever Oscar.
Now, do you feel like at the same time now and just it's crazy to, like you said, now we know when we was going to comedy shows, and I know when we was about, we had our B-Sci-Fi week. We're gonna bring comedian there. A lot of times it was Steve Brown. We know Steve Brown's going. He going. You're gonna have to get ready to get got potentially. We know it was pretty much no boundaries. They're gonna go with it. But now it seems like more sort of with time with Dave Chappelle and different things that the comedians now have got censored. And in a way, I kind of feel sorry for them. I feel like, you're taking their voice away. This is what they do. This is how they, like you said, this is how they eat. This is how they, do what they do. And so with that being said, do you guys feel like, but then at the same time, Will, Jada, and Chris are knowing each other. So it's some level of, it's not unknown that she has alopecia and what is going on, the struggle she had. She's been Red Table Talk. Red Table Talk has did a lot for them, and not in a great way. But Red Table Talk. So do you feel like it was some boundaries where he should have been like, okay, I'm not gonna do that. Even though not lying, that joke kind of.
I mean, bro, think about it, like in the grand scheme of things, like other comedians have talked about way worse stuff.
Truth.
And it's all like, and even like, you mentioned Dave Chappelle, even the thing with him, like, come on, bro, like he ain't saying that wasn't true.
Mm-hmm.
Dave Chappelle will say the things that don't nobody else want to say. He gonna say it, and like even people who was mad at his last show, like, bro, did y'all even watch the whole show?
Facts.
Like, if you watched his show, the whole show, you shouldn't have been mad.
Truth.
Like, he said exactly what he said.
Facts. There was no way around it.
I get it, but I mean, like I said, I'm all for comedic life, man. I love people who make people laugh. I love hearing all the other good stuff. So,
good or bad. I and that's one of the deals, man. So one thing I'm seeing, I'm glad that Chris played it the way he played it, aspect of even not pressing charges, because I was like, oh, this is going to go down. He's going to get charged, press against him. Decided not to do that. Hope that's something they can squash, man. And the biggest thing for me, outside of Will making that mistake, that's what it was, a huge mistake on his part. I'm sure he knows that. Is how it's going to ride him. The people whoever has been looking for things to be able to say, oh, that Will, now they got that what they've been looking for. Unfortunately. Either way, it's something out there. I know he's going to get passed. I know they now Netflix has put a quick pause on his one of his films that he was coming through with Netflix. I didn't even know he was having one. So, but I hope, fortunately, I hope they go ahead and get through with that so they can move forward. But that was something, man, I had to look at, man, and it's weird because we're talking about we got mental health coming up in May, and the reason I brought this up in May be Mental Health Awareness Month. Big advocate on the mental health awareness, especially I think has become more in the forefront. In community, in the Black community more. Now it's not as taboo. Like Brandon Marshall is a big advocate for it and really started pushing it in 2014 when he was in the NFL, and now has continued to do that more and more with I Am Athlete, and I couldn't be more proud of that. But with that being said, I see also I think this is a pressure cooker, and that's why I kind of want to get to I want to ask that part first, but then also, what do you guys feel that it's like it was more to it than him just going off out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been something been building up from the Red Table Talk to the entanglement, to people just, people shunning him for quite some time. He even said it in his own, when he gave an acceptance speech and when also he made his apology, after a while, it kind of takes a toll on you when you have to deal with people coming at you, coming and talking to you this way and that way. How much do you guys also feel that played a role into it? Because again, we know in our environment, playing the game, the sport we played, you deal with that. People know how many times you have to turn your cheek and look the other way when the fans talking crazy, and they can't even do half the things you do on the field. That's the worst. Like you probably couldn't even hike a ball, and you over here talking about me. What are you talking about? So how much do you guys think also that played a role into it? That it was more than just that joke. It was more of accumulation of things that can transpire that led to that.
I mean, it's definitely a buildup. I mean, think about. Even just over the years, think about all the stuff that's been floating around about Will and Jada's, relationship and how they handle, the ins and outs of it. You've heard over the years that people used to say they were swingers and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They squashed that rumor not too long ago. But it's stuff like that you have to deal with. And Will has never been a person to come out and just all right, this ain't true. This ain't true.
Yes,
They
yes.
kind of let whatever said be said. But then, like you said, with the Red Table Talk, unfortunately, it's been a lot of buzz about, stuff that's going on with them. And, I mean, like you said, a person can only take so much, especially when you got so many people that's constantly talking about you and talking bad about you. It'll weigh on you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Tim, you got anything to add to it, man?
I feel like there's some ways to do that. Like they didn't have to go. There are people in the public that don't talk about their spouses, don't talk about their relationships. Like when you open that door, I think for the public, then you're fair game. Like you can be Will Smith and you and Jada don't have to go on Red Table Talk and talk about entanglements and talk about infidelities that you have. Like, and then there is no build up. There's no humiliation from his standpoint to where people can. There's no build up. You get what I'm saying?
Yes. Kind of squash
these
that.
are things that to me that could be avoidable, but because of however famous you want to be, or you want to do another podcast or put some information out, like, is that worth it? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I'm not going on. And I've talked to some other buddies of mine about this. Like, I mean, like she went on and talked about her stuff. I don't know what Will done because he didn't talk about none of that. So he could have his own deals and entanglements, whatever, but it's not public, right? And so he was embarrassed by his wife. Like, however you want to take it, he was. And so then, like, that's where you talk about the build up. But like, to me, man, like, I'm not fixing to go out and share all that stuff with the world. Like, nah, bro.
You're right.
All right, that's the truth, man. All right, so moving on, guys. This is another hot thing we got going on. Like I said, we're gonna move into this draft talk, man, a little bit more about you guys as well. But we're moving into another area now. An unprecedented signing. The guy that hit the market on, that set it on blast. Deshaun Watson signed a fully guaranteed $230 million contract with the Browns just a couple of weeks ago. And for a guy who at one point in time, if he ever going to play in the league again, to signing that type of deal was something we were like, wait, what? I mean, he completely reset the market completely, made Patrick Mahomes' deal look like it didn't even exist anymore. So my question to get to you guys is, what do you guys feel about the fact that, and I'm going with you, Boley, on this, and off the blank now, in addition to talking about everything with the civil lawsuit that's going on, we just found out recently that 9 of them has been dropped as they did a deposition, and pretty much for the deposition is pretty much when they go and interview the victims and kind of ask them some true and false questions, kind of get to the meat of what happened and whatever, and of course they pulled out and everything, and then also the grand jury declined to do any type of indictment. So it's trending on the positive way. And first, I want to make sure I say this. My heart goes out and onto the victims. That was just anybody who's even involved in a situation where they had any level of discomfort with the situation that happened with Deshaun Watson. So definitely not taking any sides to that. But as I move on into that, you see now Arthur Blank now has come out saying like it was just all about exploratory. They never really had any real intentions of signing Watson and everything, which we know that don't make much sense, because it was made very well clear that they wouldn't even allow people to interview with him or entertain it if they wasn't putting a package together that was going to be substantial enough for them to allow them to interview Deshaun Watson. And of course that situation fell through. But I asked that because of people now, he's trying to say, we really wasn't comfortable with moving forward with Deshaun, the reason why we didn't want to pull the trigger on him. And I know for you, Michael, you was playing at the time. I think you was there right when Vic was there. You got a year with Vic or so?
Yeah, 2 years with Vic.
2 years with Vic. So before this thing really happened with Vic, so how did you feel? Tell me a little bit about Arthur Blank, man, and the type of man that he is. And did you feel like it was a situation where they really wasn't being serious about pulling trigger on Deshaun, or do you feel like there's kind of a cop out to kind of downplay the noise or the riffraff, the backdrop that he was getting for even entertaining a player of that magnitude with that type of background?
It's all about image, bro. That's the way the whole that's the way the whole league is. Like,
True.
The thing with Vic, I mean, at the time he was the franchise quarterback. He made a mistake. What he did was wrong. He did his time. Atlanta was like, we ain't even gonna wait till all that's over. We got to cut ties right now before you even do your time. We gotta let you go. And obviously, he was, when he came back from that, he had a chance to come back to the league, played well, made some, was able to be a playmaker again in the league. But, all that took was for a team to take a chance on it. But with Deshaun, a lot of teams probably didn't want to make that call just due to the simple fact that, and a lot in their eyes, it's all about image. They don't care if he's guilty or not. How does it look? They got all these allegations against him. He said from the beginning that he knew he wasn't going to, really get in trouble like that because he felt like he didn't do anything wrong. Now you start getting charges and stuff like that thrown out. But there's still the media. They're saying it's a possibility that this can happen. This could happen.
The NFL can still suspend it potentially,
which they shouldn't. Man already missed a year. We're like, what?
What more
you don't want him to do?
But so the image deal, like it's like an image deal going on. Like hey, we want to do it because we want to show that we penalized for a year already. So what you gonna do? What else can you do to him? Like you're saying, but.
We just want to check that. We want to put that little check mark on that box and say, you know what, we gave this man a chance. We were gonna give this man a chance.
So for you, man, let's go for the question. Even for you, also, if you want to chime in on that, and this kind of get my perspective on that look, on that outlook on there. Like I said, it's one of those deals, man, where it's so tricky because, like I said, the hiding phase, they can put the hand in the cookie jar and hide away. And I look at it I'm always a player's type of guy because I've been there myself, and then I just know I don't like the fact that Robert Kraft is going to just bring that up. Just last year, this guy, it was last summer, could put in with that sex ring type. They potentially, soliciting and everything like that. And all of a sudden, you haven't heard nothing. No nothing about it. No suspension, no nothing. And it goes to show you that how much that upper echelon brotherhood is set up with it where, they can kill your name if they want to now, but if you got enough money like an owner like him, how would that play out? And you guys, from that standpoint, from you guys, knowing you playing in that role, because I didn't play at that level, but knowing that you playing under that type of scrutiny consistently where you're half their age, so you're going to make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that type of mistake is fair game for any age. I'm not saying that, you're not going to stay making this type of mistake. No, but to have these things, knowing that the playing ground, the rules are not the same, depending on the position that you are in, and have to play under that type of rule. And I'm saying it because we got no players coming in from the draft and everything, things they're going to have to encounter and deal with. How you guys put yourself in a position when you was in that time to protect yourself or kind of support staff that you guys have from player to player or whatever it may have been to be able to kind of protect yourself in these type of situations, have that type of support from that stuff?
Hold on. Like, for me, I mean, that whole situation is crazy, dog. Like, I had a massage therapist. Like, I mean, but I wouldn't. It's just a different situation. So, like, I think with the deposition and all that stuff coming out and what he was saying, like, I mean, he basically was just looking for favors, Yeah. And so that, I mean, if you're not gonna do nothing to Robert Kraft, I mean, basically, to me, it's basically the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't know how. So I'll give you 2 points. So I don't know how you're going to end up really punishing him if they're going to dismiss all this. If they settle it civilly, Kobe had a civil case that was settled and he played. Like, I don't know what if there are no criminal charges brought against the dude. I don't know what you can do. So that for me, that's kind of how I see that situation. I don't know how you wouldn't go out and try to get the best quarterback that you can get. Second, how did I guard against a man? I mean, I ain't got no kinks, dog. Like, Hold on, like,
Or not even just you personally, just players you done dealt with, man. It's been played because you get like you was the Cardinals, you know, you was with the Falcons, and also and then you were in New York, and then you finished up with just for you Boley. Just you guys in general, because I'm thinking about. I say I take back to Alabama days. This is kind of funny right here because one thing I would say about knowing Tim personally, even in high school, let's time we played in the All-Star game and stuff, Tim didn't talk for real. Like you didn't know what he didn't really talk much. I'm like, oh, this guy do all American, all this stuff. He could probably be high maintenance. Wasn't none of that. You know, the quiet kind of stayed to himself, did his own thing. You know, great team player and everything. And I can see that personality, that lifestyle never quite. I can see that lifestyle never quite even getting to you. But I think also, and I say that you benefit from an aspect of. I think we can benefit from your background, depending on what type of background, your upbringing you had. If things can kind of blow you away, because like for me, you know, knowing the story of Deshaun Watson, I know how I kind of figured out about Deshaun Watson was work done when he was doing the building the houses for single parent moms, things like that, giving back and doing so much in the community. And Deshaun Watson was apparently, you know, being a recipient of that. And so, you know, you don't know what that background was growing up that kind of put him in that position where he could even, I want to put himself in that type of position. And I guess the next question is how much, you know, when I look at that, I know when you leave the facility, you have your own life, but it's like you have nobody be like, bro, you might not want to be hitting these chicks on the inbox so much. You might not, you going a little aggressive. How about I got one for you, besides there, but we can let you use that. You know what I'm saying? You kind of get confused. It kind of made me think like, bro, was it really in your own world like that? You know, where you ain't run that by nobody, like, bro, I got this going on or something. Hey, bro, you might not want to have that going on. That probably can put you in a bad situation, you know. So you kind of had them thoughts, man. How did that brotherhood that we call the brotherhood, how did that really work, you know?
A lot of it, man, you gotta for guys coming out of college, man, you gotta learn the business quick. Like it ain't school no more. You know, we play the game because we love it, but you get in the league, you're not there. You there because you love it, but you also want that check too.
Facts.
And so, I mean, but in the real part of it, like when I came out, luckily I had some vets in my room that was, you know, kind of took me in and was like, look, we need to do this, you know what I mean? Like my training camp, my rookie year, me and the head coach got into an argument. My bro telling me, bro, you just gotta let it go.
Like, man, Hartwell.
I mean, that's just how it is. It's like,
yeah.
He's like, hey, you know, 5th round pick, man. We ain't trying to make waves. But you know, even going in, my mindset was I need to do whatever I need to do to make the team. Like, you know, a lot of guys, which is, you know, it's unfortunate. Guys, you know, you can be All-American at whatever position it is you coming out of the league. If you're not a quarterback or a kicker or something like that, but look, if they ask you to play special teams when you coming in, like you need somebody there telling you, like, bro, you need to do this. Like, don't come in there and be like, man, look, that ain't who I am. Yes. Coming in and be like, look, man, I'm a star receiver. I'm a star running back. I don't do special teams. But they gonna be like, all right, well, look, if you ain't starting, look, go over there and sit down. Then we gonna deal with that. I mean, so it's all about knowing the business, man. Like, and the way the league is set up, it's all about how you look, how you making the team look.
Yes.
And when you're not at work, how are you making them look? How you making them look when you at work?
See, I think Mike got more guaranteed money than I did. So, for me,
not like I kept my head down like the whole time I was in the league, but at the same time I didn't tolerate disrespect. So that was my first little blow up with the head coach. You know, as a rookie, you know, we kind of had our little thing. You know, we talked it out, we let it go. Okay. Happened again later on in my career. You know, 4th year, disrespect again. Me and the head coach had a little argument about it. But at the same time, I'm like, bro, look, I don't say much, I don't ask for much. I'm just here to play football. Like, but at the end of the day, I'm a man first.
I feel, you know what? Let me
respect you. You respect me. Yeah. I had somebody tell me as a rookie, and it totally changed my outlook. He was like, bro, this same coach that's over here yelling at you like you a kid, bro, the same person that writes your check writes his check. And that's real. So, yeah, you my coach, but don't don't talk to me like you
Don't get it
crazy.
twisted. Yeah.
I was saying, like, we not in college no more.
Yeah.
In college, you still trying to earn that. You still trying to earn that scholarship. But I mean, kids are different now, though. Kids are a lot different now. You know,
You can't even come at them like that.
They talking. You know, you let the kids. You know, they calling people trying to get the coaches fired and all that, man.
Dog, you know what's funny, man? My pro coaches talked to me way worse than anything I heard in college.
What?
Way worse. Bro, like,
okay. It's different. Look, okay.
Dog. Dude, I had, bro, you can go look up you can go look it up. We had an offensive lineman push our special teams coach. Like, bro, it was crazy, dog. Like,
yeah, it is crazy. Well, see, it's crazy, but like I said, like, so coaches, like when I was in college, coaches talked to us more crazy when I got in the league. Like, they still talk to you crazy in the league, but like, guys were more like, I mean, because they grown. You talking to men now.
Yeah.
So they more liable to fire back.
I got a family. I'm playing. What you mean, man? I got health insurance there. What you talking about? But stop. My bank account probably bigger than yours. So okay, so check. Okay, all right, let's go. Now, Tim. So you first of all, okay, you can be a little different because you went. You a Castille. They want to talk to you crazy in college. Now, they weren't going to come with you college. You finally get the whole really deal. Now they went. Jeremiah sitting over there. No, they weren't going to do that. Not no Castille 5-star coming in. Anyway, go home. Huh?
They said it was because my dad was on the sideline.
Yeah, that was it. Hey, Jeremiah's composed. I know he is a man of God. I know he's all that. But you wouldn't finna come to acting that crazy. That's no player. So I can see you probably got that. So Mike, so you telling me, so for you got see, I'm the thing with Nick. So he had his cousin on the sideline. He was there. Nick was his coach. So he probably didn't get all the crazy heat. But he probably got more heat from Derek. From Nick's, Coach Nick's talking to him than the other coaches, so your family can kind of talk to you a little bit differently. But so you're saying you agree with that Boley too? You saying that you felt you got more?
Man, Tyrone used to talk to me so bad. My first couple of years.
Exactly, that family. He going.
Man, he had me ready. Bro, I was ready to quit school. I was ready to go home. He talked to me so bad, bro. I was just like, man. I used to be like, man, I hate this dude, bro. Like, but that's how bad he was on me. Like, especially like my first couple of years. Like, because I was new. Like, I didn't play linebacker in high school. So when I got moved to that position, like everything was new to me. So yeah, I messed up a lot. Yeah, and he used to just be on me, dog. I used to be like, bro, like I'm trying, bro. I'm trying.
So tell me this, guy. So what would you say was your, from a scale of 1 to 10, what was your mental and physical that's what I was getting to make it more specific. From a scale of 1 to 10, how prepared do you feel that you were mentally and physically heading into the NFL as a rookie, dealing with things you're going to have to deal with? And so, kind of give that breakdown of that. From a scale of 1 to 10, what would you guys rate yourself mentally and physically heading into the NFL, being prepared for it?
I'll take it. So once I got to Arizona, man, we had they had changed over staffs when I was there, and we had, we had like 26 free agents, and you got however many guys in the draft, and so being at Alabama prepared me, like absolutely prepared me. So I was playing against the same guys that I basically played against my whole career. So like when I look across the field, Carlos Dansby has been at Arizona for 3 years prior to me getting there, and he's a pro. He's a pro's pro now.
Yes.
Roderick Hood that played at Auburn, and Rod was on the defense then. He was a corner, and I was like, these are the same dudes that I've been seeing literally the past 4 years. It's the same guys. So I was like, I need to learn this playbook as fast as I can. As soon as I learn this playbook, all the physical stuff is going to take care of itself because I've already been playing against these guys. And so for me, the physical part of the game wasn't crazy just because in college, man, you always in pads, you always hitting, you got all, and so like, bro, once I got to the league and I was like, oh, we gonna go Wednesday and then Thursday, Friday, and Friday ain't gonna be nothing. I was like, oh, bro, I'm like, yeah, this good. I'm good on this. And so like really for me, it was all the memorization that we had to do on offense because Kurt Warner was our quarterback, so Kurt wanted to signal everything, wanted to come to the line, do all this stuff. And so for me, like, bro, as soon as I got caught up with the playbook, like for me physically, everything just boom, 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 boom. It just clicked, and so I didn't feel like there was for some people there's this great gap between college and pro, and that I didn't feel like there was a big jump for me. As soon as I got down what I needed to do on a day-to-day basis.
Okay. So what about you, Boley? Oh, go ahead.
Physically, I didn't feel like it was that big of a deal. Like, I guess the only thing you really think of is like, you're in college, and again, college, well, can't say for you SEC guys, because y'all face top players every week. But for us, you don't really go against, you might have a handful of guys on the other team that's really good, especially in Conference USA. But the only difference, you get to the league, everybody's on the other side is good,
getting it ready.
But I felt like I'm not gonna lie, I felt cocky coming out of college because I felt like I was in like some of the best shape of my life, and I felt like the defensive playbook that I had in college, even to this day, was more extensive than any pro playbook we had.
Okay.
So it wasn't like it was a big step up. So like I was like, this is what it is, I'm like, this ain't no to me, I didn't feel like it was a big change. And so
Wait. Yo, Boley, did y'all go? Were you still there? Was that still the part y'all defense when y'all? Because when my brother was down there, y'all had a defense where y'all was moving around, dudes on the line. Oh my God, that was. I'm like, how they learning this? So absolutely, that was that was a cool.
Like you ain't saying nothing. I'm like, so Boley, you was there when we played y'all in what was 04?
Yeah.
03?
Oh shoot,
we played y'all every year.
We ran power like 60 times and threw 4 times. We threw like 8 passes, I think.
Y'all threw 7 passes. I remember y'all threw 7 passes.
We ran power 1,000 times.
They ran the ball bro. They had 351 yards rushing against us, bro.
That's
threw the ball 7 times.
Hold on, who we had? Was Spence? Spence must have been the quarterback at the time. I think Brody had got hurt, maybe.
No, dude, Spence had got hurt.
No, Brody was quarterback.
It was
okay.
It was the little dude. What's his name?
Avalos. Brendan Avalos.
Was the quarterback. Yeah.
Okay. I knew like we lost
and bro, like
quarterback.
It
crazy.
It wasn't no knock on the players we had. We were just undersized. Like y'all had so much size on us, bro. And they just had that power.
That was my freshman year.
I ain't gonna lie about halfway through that second quarter. I looked at coach. I said, "Okay, I got something for them." But as soon as they go out, come around, I'm diving at ankles. Yeah, okay, yeah. You want to keep pulling? Okay, come on.
Look, we understand like no knock to the quarterback, but we had Brendan Avalos. He could not throw, bro. He wasn't ready. He wasn't prepared for the situation. So coach was like, "We just run it. It's running it. I was redshirt that year, but I remember yes.
That was my freshman year. So I had to start. I started at fullback, dog, and so Shard was the running back.
Yeah.
And dude, I in high school, I ain't playing no fullback. We talking about like the 4th, 5th game of the year. And all y'all telling me to do is go kick out the end. We ran I swear we ran power 50 times, dog. So,
every play, bro, they was running power.
We got back. Like, bro, I'm not
doing.
Bro, they only had like 20-something yards passing.
We can believe it.
It's one of the craziest things I've ever been, as football-wise, that I've ever been a part of. Because I was like, we just gonna run power. We just gonna line up. Like, bro, we ain't even run. So our power fake would be fire pass. So we gonna no. I ain't catch a foul pass all game, bro. We just I know. We just been the run power. We gonna kick out and pull this guard until the time run out.
Yep. And I remember that next week going on our defensive meeting. Man, coach is so pissed, but I'm just sitting back there like, bro, coach, I don't know what you want me to do.
So much.
I mean, I'm like, we really outsized, bro. Like, it is what it is. It wasn't the play call.
Yeah,
No,
We was in the right defense and stuff.
Just like you said, after second quarter, y'all all knew what was coming.
like what we reading what, coach? We got to read. We know what they're doing.
It ain't nothing you can do.
Good kind of power, but
matter of fact, I'm gonna step up on the line and just wait for this guard to come on around here.
I'm not coming for the ankles. You know, so man, you know what? I just forgot. So we did kind of cross. So your last season was 04. So okay, so let's go on. Cause all right, so I had that. And been my freshman year, Tim's sophomore year. So to kind of move forward a little bit, guys. So you crazy going into this whole deal of so you kind of alluded to it, like, you know, kids these days that get a coach fired, like I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you talking to crazy? Hey, get him out of here, or I'm going, whatever, yada yada yada. And so I bring fast forward. I hope my man Cordell Davis is still on here, as he kind of loved to kind of chime in on some foolishness. That this year potentially Malik Willis will be potentially the number 1 overall pick or the first quarterback that's coming off the board this year. And for you guys who do not know the background history of Malik Willis, this guy is coming out of high school with a 5-star quarterback, highly touted out of I think he's from Florida. No, he's from Georgia. He's from Atlanta, from the ATL. Anyway, he came to Auburn early on, started to play at Auburn, and he transferred in 2019 from Auburn after only being there for, I think, a year. Like he's from 2017, 2018. He played in 15 games with Auburn during the 2 years, and he completed about 11 of 14, pass of 100 for 69 yards, I rushed for 309 yards. But due to the fact of just, you know, not getting that opportunity, he went on ahead and transferred to Liberty. And now this guy is going to be potentially, like I said, the first quarterback taken off the board. And my question for you guys is how crazy this guy to feel. If I am an Auburn fan, if anybody want to know why Auburn continues to be, and I'm just going to say, continue to be status quo, mediocre in their quest for more, or just compete for state championships instead of the national championship, look no further than this situation. Look, state championship. Being Alabama is state home for the coming in the year for it. And I know my man Boley is an Auburn fan too, so we're gonna definitely dig in with this a little bit more. Yes, sir, get a rent. But you let him go. How sick you gotta be to see that? Like, now this guy's gonna go and went above and beyond. But now bringing in the politics for my man, Patrick Nick's son, Bo Nix. Now this man ran this guy up out of here. Bo pick six, ran this guy up out of here. But you know what I'm saying? Like, how crazy y'all call him, man? Oh, Bo 6 pick Knicks. You know what? Kind of crazy the policy to deal with it in the transferring aspect, because I didn't want that I did not know. And your dad was on the show, Tim Jeremiah. We had a great interview with him. That you was actually at one point time like, no, Dad, I'm trying to get up out of here, man. I'm not dealing with this craziness, and I think we all can attest to that at some point in time in our career. Malik pulled the trigger and actually made that move. What do you think was how crazy these politics that get played into the situation, man, and how frustrating that has to be, not only for the fans but for the players, man?
The transfer portal, man, it ain't nothing but NFL free agency, dog. Like,
pretty much,
just on a more massive scale. I mean,
yes.
In it, you know, big schools, SEC, Big Ten, the Pac, like big conferences, it don't hurt them. It doesn't hurt them. It can only help them. But smaller schools, hurt. Like where I went, you know, the like Conference USAs and smaller conferences, is you know, you come in and, you know, school finds that diamond in the rough. You know what I mean? And bro can have a breakout. You know, back in our days, if you transfer, you had to sit out a year unless you went down to D2.
No question.
And so now you make it, even if you at a big school, y'all get a good player. All right, look, bro, we need you to redshirt. All right, you know what? I'm out. They tell them, look, we just want to develop you a little more. Nah, I want to go somewhere I can play right now.
Period. Forget development.
And Let me develop on the field. And then you got all these NIL deals too. All they doing telling their people, like, look, we got this guy that, you know, we want to bring here. What can y'all do for him?
Point blank, period.
Guys gonna go, man, look, if I can make $1 million in college, man, look, I'm gonna go over here, bro. I don't know what to tell you. I'm gonna go over here where I can get paid and get some playing time.
So what do you guys feel about that? Do you blame him for that situation and that, and what kind of some of the things that break down into it?
You gotta cap it at some point. You can't just allow and now a person can just transfer every year if they want to. That's the way it is now. It's crazy. And like I said, at some points it might hurt the player with transferring, but more times than not, you're just hurting the school.
Well, I feel
Go ahead,
like, it's so different nowadays, man. Like, my dad told me something, man, and he was like, so Mike, I don't know if you know, so like my freshman year I started, my true freshman year I started, my sophomore year I started, I blew my knee out in the Tennessee game, like 7th game of the year, and then I actually after my freshman year, I was MVP of the spring because they let me play tailback. So after my freshman year, they let me play tailback during the spring. I went out, I get MVP of the spring game, rush for all these yards, blah, blah, blah. Go talk to my coach. They're like, nah, you're not going to be a running back. You still got to play fullback. I'm like, bro, I'm better than all these dudes. They're like, yeah, but so I know I went better than Ray. So I give you that. Ray Hudson was our starter. I knew I went better than Ray, but I was like, look, I'd rather be second string tailback than be first string fullback. That's just how I felt. So it was like, no, they're like, we're going to do what's best for the team. But I was like, that's fine. As the year goes on, I'm still getting a bit of playing time at tailback, whatever. So I blow my knee out in the 7th game of the year.
Tennessee, yep.
And, ACL, LCL, I'm done. So the next year, I'm like, look, man, these dudes done lied to me. I'm done. Like, I'm not doing this. I was like, I'll go look at that nasty Tennessee orange or whatever I gotta do. Like, I'm out of here. So my dad was like, bro, why you like, hey, things in life gonna get hard. What you gonna do? You gonna bounce? Like, whenever, all right, so Tim, this is a bad situation for you. This is your first real, because I mean, dude, I've been, just like Eric said, I've been 5-year All-State. Like, nothing had been bad for me in my career. Like, everything had just been boom, 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 boom. And so this is the first time where I'm like, I gotta fight. And so I'm like, my dad, I was like, look, man, I don't have to fight. Like, I can go somewhere else and be fine. And I was like, look, man, dude, this isn't a right now deal. Like, this is when you married and you got 3 kids like I got now, and what you gonna do? What are you gonna do then? You know what I mean? And so, man, I ended up staying, and I had worked my tail off, man. Like, bro, when everybody going home, I'm staying there doing extra stuff, and I didn't. Yeah. I played with the first fullback taken in that draft, which was LaRon. I didn't start my last 2 years. I started my first 2 years, did not start my last 2 years. And just listen to my dad, just, hey man, when everybody else sleeping, you work. That's what you do. And don't transfer, don't run from the problem. Find a solution to the problem. And so, dude, that's what I did. I ended up playing in the NFL 4 years, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But I got a story where I can tell these guys, dog, I GA'd at Bama with Derrick Henry. Bro, Derrick's second year. It was his first or second year there. Dude, I had to calm this dude down every week because Lane did not like Derrick. I don't know what it was. Lane just did not go up. Like Coach will put Derrick in, and we'll come out of the timeout. He'll be like, no, I won't TJ. I'm like, but what? Coach just put it's so Derrick come out of the order. He's like, man, I ain't doing this, bro. I'm like, just calm down. Like, bro, it's gonna be good. You like the kind of athlete who you are, you gonna
your time is coming. Like, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, but he worked, like, you get what I'm saying? Like, he was one of those guys, like that was kind of his first adversity. You know what I'm saying? Coach Burns, like, Coach Burns will put this dude in out of a timeout, and then the coach took him out. You know what I'm saying? But I was able to be like, look, dog, I done been through something similar. You know what I mean? And I mean, I knew that dude was gonna be great. Like, dude, and then the next year he wins the Heisman Trophy, and all the rest is doggone history. But like,
Yeah.
dude, I mean, everybody has those moments.
Yeah, but now the kids they don't want to work for it.
No, I got a question. I'm a different advocate. Do you feel like because you look at it, you can see a finished product now? Because I do agree that okay, you got to fight for this. You got to stay there. You know what I'm saying? And some of the decisions for me, even I went through that process. People didn't even know I went through that where I was about to transfer. I'm like, I need to transfer, but I'm not. This is not gonna come on. This ain't getting a fair shake, man. Come on, what's going on? You know. But it's one of the situations. Even in my time, it wasn't even realistic in my mind that you could even transfer. Like I don't really remember even. That even
Bro,
like how did that happen? How do you do? You said it a year. What do you mean?
I ain't even think about transferring. I'm like 10, so my freshman year, I got redshirted my freshman year. Like when they moved me to linebacker, bro, after about a couple of days of practice, bro, I packed my bag, bro. I was ready to go home.
Like that's our option. We didn't know about transferring. I'm going home.
Ready to go home.
We transferring.
I was like, bro, for me, I was like, no, this ain't me, bro. I ain't never played linebacker. Bro. I mean, I could be somewhere where I could be playing something else right now. Like, because I played offense. Like, bro, I want the ball in my hand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I had Zaire Houston. Zaire came to me and was like, bro, like, look. He was like, bro, he's like, I ain't the biggest. He was a senior. He's like, I ain't the biggest. He's like, I ain't the fastest. He's like, but I'm smart. He said, I played almost every position on this defense since I've been here. He's like, I learned what to do. He said like that. He said, that's why I'm on the field now. He said, because I know what to do. He was like, just learn, put the work in, learn. Like, once you learn your position, he's like, start learning other stuff around you. And I'm over here like, all right, bro, whatever.
Yeah.
In my mind, I'm like, yeah, whatever, bro. I'm still ready to go home.
Yeah.
But you know, but like you said, like once I started doing that, like I learned what to
But
do.
what? Hold on. But what kept you there? Like, what got you through that moment where you like, man, I got my bags packed like Bubba?
No, Zay, like when Zay told me that, like in my mind, I'm like, all right, bro, I believe him. So I'm gonna start learn as much as I can, and then in my mind, like, because at that point, I can't even lie, like I gave up on my dream of making it to the NFL. I'm like, I'm here to get an education. I'm gonna enjoy college. I'm having fun, but at the same time, I still love playing football, so I'm gonna keep balling. I'm gonna keep playing, and so. My redshirt freshman year, I was just on special teams. I still wasn't starting. I wasn't tripping. I'm still learning. I still know what to do.
Yeah.
So going into my redshirt sophomore year, we have our man, Coach Nick. He still talk bad to me, bro, every day. And so our first scrimmage, man, like I mean, I balled out. I mean, I felt like I did good. I didn't know I did that good, but I feel like I did good.
Mm-hmm.
So our stretch line was the starter, second string, third string. That's how we lined up for stretch. So we lined up, and the guy who was in front of me was about to be a senior. And I wasn't thinking about it. Coach came to me. He was like, you know what? I was wrong. He's like, man, you actually played pretty good in the last scrimmage. I was like, what? He's like, man, come on up into the front.
Of course.
I was like, what? So in my mind, I still wasn't thinking about it because in my mind, I'm still just here playing ball. I'm still just playing ball. And so I started my whole redshirt sophomore year, found out I made all conference. And that's when it clicked to me like, damn, like
I can do this.
I might can actually do this. I wasn't thinking, dude, I'm gonna go to the league and play linebacker. And in my mind, I'm thinking, bro, I'm here. I just love. I'm playing football again. I'm on the field.
Yes.
And so I got to that point. I was like, what? So you mean to tell me I might actually have a chance? And so, but that's when I started putting in more work.
Yes. You look at it, man. It's a crazy thing, and how that perseverance works, man. And it seems like that's somewhat of a lost art, unfortunately, in our society today, especially in our sports, with the kids having so many options to leave. But I'm also of that school. Well, I don't think that's also as bad because who knows how many more careers could have been made, families could be changed. Malik Willis, he said at Auburn, he would not be playing. This guy wouldn't have been drafted. He has, because of the decision that he didn't make, he has the ability now to change his family's financial situation forever, for generations. So there are moments at a time where that stuff is like, I had to make this move, and I'm glad I make this move, and it's I look at it for every situation where like, man, they didn't have it in them, and that's true. There's also that situation where you got coaches who are doing these favoritism, who are hurting these kids because, like I said, you like a Derrick Henry, like, why in the world would you not even what? So and that could have ran itself out. Glad that everything worked out and he stuck with it. But you've got a situation like you said for them, or James Williams. Alabama definitely benefited from it this year. but also in return, we have put millions of dollars in this guy's pockets because how things were shaping up to be at Ohio State, that wasn't gonna happen. He was gonna be at best a free agent, if that. So I look at it both slices of the pie where that goes into it, and that kind of that's just my take on that. Now I want to move it to this HBCU, man. It's another thing now we have coming into the fold, and I have a very interesting take on that as we kind of wind this thing down. Looking at the HBCUs, man, we got now Hugh Jackson, the pivot just went into their campus live stream for their spring game. Hugh Jackson was a former NFL coach. Then you got Eddie George, TSU. Then you got Deion Primetime Sanders, who was lighting up at JSU, pulled in the #1 overall recruit for this past year class. What do you guys feel that? And I love what he's doing. I feel that is something that has been missing, and I'm loving seeing what I'm seeing. But do you guys feel like this is a trend, a fad, or something or something that's going to fizzle out once these guys get potentially plucked out? And what I mean by that, Deion gets another Power 5 big deal that he felt he can't turn down, or can be good for him or his family, or same thing with Hugh Jackson may get another offer to be a head coach at NFL, or Eddie George. Do you see these things being a ripple effect continuing on, or do you feel this is going to be just a fad, kind of going just last for a few years and then fizzle back out?
I hope it's a trend. That's just me personally. Like I mean, the only thing, this is the big thing, one of the big things from HBCUs to talk about schools in the Power 5 is resources. Deion has said this many times on his, on his Instagram, Twitter, all that. And so that's why a lot of people don't want to go to those places. I had a chance to go to Alabama A&M out of college. I didn't. Why? It wasn't as big as Southern Miss. Mm-hmm. I want to be in a bigger market where I can play, get looked at.
And can be seen, yeah. Do
I think I'd have made it going to A&M? In my mind, yeah. Probably wouldn't have been playing linebacker. But, you know what I mean? It's, it's unfortunate that, the smaller schools like that don't get the same kind of access to the same resources as some of the bigger schools do. But I think that, I know I've been on the team with Hugh. I don't know Deion, but just from seeing what Deion has done in the short time that he's there, I think that he really wants to bring more to that school and bring more to the HBCU in general.
So tell me about yourself, man.
Mike, I think that a lot of it is just resources, and like that. I mean, that's really the main reason that you're not going to get the guys that are going to go to the Power 5 is really just the resources. And I mean, I heard Hugh Jackson talking on a podcast, just talking about trying to raise more money and getting their resources a little bit better.
Yes.
And if they can keep that up, I don't think it'll be short-lived. I think it'll be something where these guys. I mean, but dog. I mean, I was. I'm just talking now. So I was listening to a podcast. They were talking about how bad the situation. Like, I guess last week Howard had professors walk out. It was last week. It was a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. Howard had professors walk out.
Wow.
And I mean,
okay, yes, I heard something.
Like it was probably a year ago where they had the students that they were talking about the roaches and the rats and all this stuff that was living in their dorms and all this other kind of stuff. And I'm like, bro,
I'm not saying
they knocked down Rose Towers. I never saw a roach.
Never. Nope.
and they floored that place like it was the bottom of the barrel.
Yes.
Worst place in the world, dog.
And we loved it.
Like I lived there for 2 years and I ain't had no roaches, no rats, no nothing. And so that's like those are the things that you go. All
right, 3rd and 4th floor, baby.
I got kids. I would love my son, dude. My son's gonna be an athlete. I would love him to go to HBCU, but I'm not gonna send him out to somewhere where, all right, so he's got to just be the greatest athlete in the world. He ain't got no resources for him to be able to make it. And me to say that, all right, yeah, my son did something for the black community or went to HBCU to lift this up and do that. Like, No, man, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, fact. I mean, it's true. And another thing is they got to make it. I think it's been a little bit of the, like you said, the perception and the reality of HBCUs, as well as the other side of aspect, like not having the resources. But you look at it. This is the honest God truth, and I may be missing it. I wasn't that high. I wasn't like that. I don't know 5-star, but I didn't get but one letter I could think of. I think that was to JSU, a letter out of coming out of college. Everything is for D1. They didn't even fool with me. A&M, right up the street from A&M, didn't get one HBCU, Miles College, no nothing. I tell them, I know you didn't get one. I know they probably sent you one in the 8th grade or 9th grade. They was about it. After they're like, okay, he can never
Bro, that's the other thing. So like, bro, I've been at Thompson for the last, and I've been there since 2015, and so, dude, when we first got there, I called A&M, I called State, like. I had a little running back. It's pretty good, bro. I mean, like them dude. I'm not faulting. I don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. Like they just changed over now. But like, dude, as many kids that we got over here right now, like why I don't know why. Like we don't have any kids at Alabama A&M or Alabama State. They done won 3 state championships in a row. Yeah. Why like we got kids at Alabama, Georgia, all over the country. I got a kid at Charlotte. We got none at Alabama A&M, none at Alabama State. We ain't got none at Jacksonville. Like I don't know what it is, man. Like I don't know.
And I think a lot of them not having the confidence that they can even pull these our type of guys.
That's
that
what I
was that can go to that level, which is it's not a knock to the player because they can't you can't offer yourself a scholarship, but also I think they don't believe in it or even in their resources or whatever it is. But that's also what I love about Dion. He said, "Forget it, I'm going after the top dogs. I'm going to get them. Watch." Yeah. And I think that I hope that level of confidence has actually boasted even the other HBCU, especially with Hugh Jackson. Yeah, Reggie Barlow was at one point in time, and then like I said, Eddie George. They're not afraid to throw this out there and see what's happening. You know what I'm saying? Because nothing worse can happen. They say no, they probably gonna say no anyway. They can say yes.
But that's why I think it's gonna become a trend. Cause like those guys are changing that landscape when it comes to recruiting and all that. Because I mean, I don't know Prime. I've never met him. Coach Prime, sorry.
Yes.
Never met him. Put that coach on there.
Facts, coach.
I ain't never met him, but I mean, I've heard and I know people who know him, and they've said it. If Dion comes sit in your living room, you going there?
It's over.
Yeah,
it's over. If you get Prime a chance to come sit and talk to your people,
Scooter and all,
it's a wrap. But that's the kind of person he is, and he loves the people. He loves the kids. That's why I don't think he'll go anywhere else. I think he'll retire before he go anywhere else.
Ooh,
because he like
you putting it on that?
No, I'm saying because I think he wants more from Jackson State. He wants more from an HBCU than the HBCUs have wanted for themselves.
Yeah,
I just recently saw where he just showed they just got the locker room redone.
Yeah. Oh my God. Laid. I said, oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So like, it's been. Yeah. Their locker room before that was horrible. Like no, I mean because my son plays in Mississippi and they had championship state championship game a couple years ago up there, and he was like, dude, the locker rooms was
he comes from Oak Grove. Oak Grove is killing.
But I mean, you got to think about it. Even like my son, he didn't get any offers from any of the HBCUs. He didn't get an offer from Southern Miss. He's in Virginia now. He's going to Virginia, which I for me, I'm not mad about. You going to a conference that's pretty good. It's not the SEC, still pretty good.
SEC rocking. Mm-hmm.
But you're gonna get a top education,
top tier,
at the same time. As a parent, I'm thrilled. Matter of fact, I'm actually glad Southern Miss didn't offer. He didn't want to go anyway. But it's a simple fact that like
where they at right now,
schools don't go after what they need to. They don't look close to home no more. I didn't get an offer from Alabama or Auburn.
Mm-hmm.
And I grew up an Auburn fan.
Bro, that's crazy.
I had 2 offers out of high school. Alabama A&M
Wow.
or Southern Miss. That was it. There
Wow.
was no other options.
So there was no other option.
No, and so I mean, I didn't complain. I mean, at the time, like, shoot, as long as I, get somewhere, my parents ain't got to pay out of pocket for me to go to school.
Point blank.
Shoot, I wasn't complaining.
Point blank.
So
Look,
I'm like, shoot, I'm just gonna go down to Southern Miss and ball out.
Hey, let's make.
I had a plan.
Hey, you and me, boy. I didn't. You like your plan. The plan definitely worked out. It definitely worked out.
Exactly.
Look, I didn't even like. I didn't care. I had but 6 offers. I'm like, hey, that's all right. That's either way. That gonna be 6 opportunities I have. My parents got to pay a dime out of their pocket, and boom, it worked out. UA, let's go. Roll down.
Yeah, I told my son, like, even before he made the choice to go to Virginia, he didn't make it a step. Like, look, son, it ain't too far away. Look, I don't want to hear no I'm homesick. If that's your best offer, take it. You know what I mean? I'm like, at the end of the day, me and your mama gonna always make it to see you, visit, come to your games, go what's best for you.
Yeah.
So, I got you. So for right now, for you, so is your son? Is he a freshman or he'll be graduating this year?
Yeah, he about to graduate next month.
Okay, so he'll be cool. He'll get a first time down there, getting in the summer roll and everything. He'll really get a taste of that. Well, I mean, one thing, if he can handle the Mississippi heat and the South, he can handle any heat. Virginia ain't gonna be nothing.
Yeah,
heat wise, he gonna be in the game.
My son was out here. He actually came here on his spring break, right when right when the pandemic first hit. And so he was stuck here. He didn't get to go home until like the summer.
Yeah.
But man, he would, we would go out. He would go. He'd go down to the little grass area down the road. Give him a little workout in. He started complaining about how hot it is. I said, "Bro, you from Hattiesburg, Mississippi? Do not tell me it's hot out here. It's more hot out here than it is there." I'm like, I know how humid it is down there. Don't play with me,
bruh.
Like, right here is fine. If you get up in the morning, it's dry. Bruh. It's dry heat.
Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Maybe the hottest place I've been. Maybe because I was just a kid. I don't know. Maybe because I was a kid. I just got on my brother. Spring games, and it would be game in August. Oh, y'all played like Texas A&M. This I think you hadn't got there just yet. My brother was there in 2001. I think it was his first year down there, or his last year. It was so hot at that game. I remember like taking water to pour myself in the game. I'm like, this is September, what it was. I like, this is great. It was hot down here. And y'all in the all black. I'm like, man, how y'all doing this?
But that's what we used to love. Like if a big school had to come to us early in the year, we
problem.
Like, I remember, matter of fact, my redshirt shot the first year I started, Illinois came down to us. And it was like our second game of the year.
Done.
Man, I'm talking about. You look over second quarter, they got them fans going. They dying. We just over here like, y'all look over there. Them boys hurt.
We got 2 more quarters, baby. Let's go. We finna roll on. So,
man, I think that year was our first year actually having turf in our stadium too, because we had grass before that. So,
okay. That thing gets fire hot.
Yeah, that humidity bouncing off that turf.
Tim, let's talk about.
We were used to it. So, like I said, being in shape, it was. I felt like we were more in shape than anything. We gonna run. Y'all might be bigger than us, but we gonna outrun you though.
We gonna run. Look, Tim, remember this year having to warm up on. We got a practice. We had our practice turf. Got that turf on the practice with the black pebbles in it, and they would make us warm up and stretch. That should be the worst.
Bro, why are we warming up over here? We got just 3 football fields to go over on grass fields to warm up there and camp.
And y'all want to put us
on that turf.
During 2 days now, this one 2 days still going. Of course, we was all in the area. 2 days
that's
still
because they should try to break you mentally. Yeah, we gonna break y'all. We gonna get y'all.
Feet look bad. They didn't want to do a session on the whole session on the turf. Feet be burning, just like this cold. This man, yeah. So, Lord, anyway, let's. I'm gonna tone it down. Here we go. Last one I'll jump into real quick, guys. Again, we're talking about football, the draft's coming up and everything. We talked about Malik Willis and enter into the league, and this is another thing. Now I'm seeing, and I shout out to him. Tom Brady unretires at the same time. Bruce Arians goes into retirement. That's how I run. I think there's some is to that. But the biggest thing is my man at age 48 years old, freaking Terrell Owens coming out of retirement to go playing in the I think the Football Control League. But he cited a lot of it is because he felt that he didn't get a chance to leave out on his own terms. That he was forced out of the game, and he really, even though he was still being productive and trying to. And I wish he could get an opportunity back onto the field to finish out his career how he wants to in a fashion that he should. And that's another downside of the league. Is what I'm getting to being pretty much the business part of the game, leaving out before you're ready to go out, or sometimes due to the body breaking down. Kind of take to that journey for some of you guys, man. How you've seen players, whether you see yourself or other players, to have to deal with, and that's and why it's so important to have a plan once you enter the league and being able to adjust that plan, because you never know when your ending is going to come or when they're going to force you out of that game due to it can be contractual situations, whatever. For you guys, what was some of your how did you guys feel that when you left the game? Did you leave it on empty, or do you feel you still have more in the tank and it was kind of something that you had to deal with once knowing that reality that you didn't want to deal with or weren't ready to was coming to you?
Sure, I'll go. I mean, I definitely felt like I had more in the tank when it was, when my time ended. But at the same time, like, I feel like you can only put as much into the game as they're willing to put into you. Like, so my last year I played in Cincinnati, and so that following the off season, I'm sitting here and I'm still trying to play. So I'm banging my body. I'm working out, I'm working out twice a day, like I'm training for the combine. Just because I still want to play.
Yeah. Yes.
And I'm sitting here and I'm talking, and I finally told my agent, I said, bro, you know what? I said, if don't nobody call by the time OTA start, I'm done. I'm not about to keep putting my body through this, and then nobody's giving me a fair shake to still show that I got it. Because even the year in Cincinnati, I didn't get picked up till like week 4, I think, week 4 or 5.
Mm-hmm.
So I was busting my butt that whole, I had 2 surgeries beginning of the off season, knee and shoulder. So I bust my butt to get back from those. Still working out. I had a couple teams want to bring me in, work me out. Oh, we're still gonna wait. But that's how they do you when you get older. That new CBA with vets. If you, let's say you supposed to make $2 million. If you're on the roster week 1, they got to pay you that $2 million, whether they cut you or not.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if they bring you in after like week 3, they ain't got to pay you all that. They can cut you after a couple weeks if they want to. They ain't got to pay you the rest of it. But that comes with understanding the business. Like, shoot, once you start getting up there in age, you be like, look, bro, I need to be on the roster week 1. So at least
Facts, the money.
We talked about this before. How
yes.
Out of all sports, NFL should definitely have guaranteed contracts. That's why I was glad Deshaun Watson got his whole thing fully guaranteed.
He wrecked the game.
Because, I mean, we need it.
Yes, absolutely.
Like you got sports like basketball, baseball, not to say it's not taxing on the body, but it's not
nowhere near as fiscally demanding. Nowhere.
Like you mean to tell me you got me here for a couple of years and the amount of money that the NFL makes yearly? Come on now, you can't tell me you can't guarantee contracts.
So I think that comes down to the PA though, man. Like I think that you came in as you was a 5th round guy and ended up playing out and getting your contract. And so like my last year was I played was right before that new CBA, right?
Oh yeah. So
do you remember everything we gave up to get that CBA done? And it was crazy. It was crazy.
Well, you got to think. So I came in under Paul Tagliabue when I first came to the league, and then transitioned Goodell a couple of years later, and it was like, if you think people don't like Goodell now, man, he can't. No, he can't. Cause bro, he came in like a tornado, bro, and he was just, look, we getting rid of this. I think the first year, you can't celebrate after a first down. Like they throwing
no fun league.
Like what?
So his first year was 07, 06.
06.
Tagliabue retired in 06.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah.
I think.
And
so his first year, so Goodell was for 07.
Yeah,
And
07 he
so,
came
like,
in.
bro, I was just so for me, dog. I'm just thinking about our HRAs, the 401ks, all the things that we gave up to have one uncapped year. And I'm like, dog, I wasn't like, bro, I had just finished my fourth season and I had been making league minimum my whole career.
Yeah.
And I'm like, y'all gonna take 25K, y'all gonna take $25,000 on my HRA. You're gonna take $15,000, $20,000 out of my 401k to give Chris Johnson $200 million. Like Chris Johnson and Peyton Manning was gonna make their money anyway, dog. Like,
Oh man, yes,
like
yes,
me,
it's a different
Yeah.
ball game.
like you're just talking about the long game for me. I'm like, bro, you talking about
Nah, like it was some stuff in there that helped. It was different stuff in there that didn't help. But I felt like as a player, like you said, as a player, they definitely should have asked for more. But at the same time, I mean, bro, you gotta you gotta think about who you're dealing with. It's gonna take like to get that change, the real change, that long time. It's gonna take a long time. Not long, lot longer than us.
yeah.
And that's just the reality of it. Cause shoot, like even some of the stuff now, I'd be like, damn, like why we ain't had that when I was playing? You feel me?
Yeah. But even that's a ripple effect, man. Because you take a look at other generations. I probably the generation before you got like, wait, what? They making what? Like what? Wait, y'all up now? You know,
No, I'm telling.
I'll
I'll tell you this, dog. They do try, man.
I'll tell you this real quick. If NFL contracts were guaranteed, I guarantee you they would get better deals done for the players. If they were guaranteed contracts, they would be sitting over here thinking, okay, the NFL wouldn't want to be hold out. They wouldn't be sitting there like, well, shoot, we can hold out longer than you.
Right. Yeah. No.
And that's the way the owners are. Because they still gonna make money.
Right.
They might not make as much as even if we miss games, they still gonna make money because they still selling merch and all that stuff.
Who's gonna get locked out? They still had their TV contracts, so that's why they weren't worried about us holding out. All right, y'all don't want to get no money. That's fine. All our TV contracts are guaranteed, so they gonna kick their feet up. Be like, you want to miss it? So what? I'm gonna miss a year making $500,000.
Yeah.
When my shelf life is 5 years,
4 years.
I got 5 years to make this, bro.
Yeah.
And Jerry Jones gonna make whatever he gonna make for
right
30,
a couple of $100 million still.
40 years. And so yeah, man. Like
I mean, but you got to kid me. Even that year, you mean, bro, Goodell was supposed to make $44 million. Seriously?
$44 million, dog.
So you mean the commissioner? He ain't took a snap. He ain't putting his body under no pressure. He getting $44 million.
Point blank. Like so. Okay.
The one thing I am glad they changed was rookie contracts.
Oh man, yeah, they
stopped giving them all that guaranteed money. Like, it ain't nothing against the players, but come on, bro. Like every year you got vets coming out in free agency.
Yes.
Barely getting that much money. Sam Bradford was the last one of those. As a rookie, he got 50 mil to write his name.
Yes.
And you got vets sitting around like, bro, I can't even. I'm still on a vet minimum contract. Like, what's going on? And but that's how guys. That was the guy's mindset. Like it ain't nothing against the player. Make him earn it though.
Now check this out. So with that being said, man, that's why I look at it. Whereas it's one thing you can mess up some people is when you mess with their money. And that's pretty much what you guys were dealing with, and being able to make a lot of more money here into the game, and like I said, knowing the game you love, like somebody like a T.O., man, like obviously this guy just can't get out of his system. He can't live the way or leave the game as it is, man. And how much even that stuff, man, goes on. How much did that stuff deal with you guys? How long did you guys deal with that adjusting life outside of the game, and also adjusting to having to deal with like. I know I got screwed, bro. They cost me more money and this and that. What was that transition like after the game, man? For you guys, I know if I'm not mistaken with Tim. You can speak on it. I know for you, it was getting to the point. I mean, we would come now because I was still at that time. I started like playing arena football, and this guy would come across you every now and again. You was like, dog, my knee. I ain't got much on my tank. My joint is just, bruh. Like I'm trying to squeeze it out, So I think yours may be a little bit different. But how was that adjustment, man, in dealing with it? Even in your case, like I know I got more in my tank, but I just can't. My physically, God dang it, man, or just the fact.
I know that Mike was saying that he felt like he had more in the tank, dude. Like my stuff, my body just started breaking down on me. Literally after 4 years, like body, and I blow my knee out in college, and I had a couple surgeries while I was in the league, and we got locked out, so I went to have just another minor surgery, man, and my knees just were just done, dude. And I mean, even after my second year in the league, all I did, literally, bro, all I did was play to get to the offseason. All I did was play to get to the offseason. I'm going to take as much Celebrex, Toradol, whatever I need to do.
All that.
Do this bad boy. And as soon as, whenever this bad boy is over with, I know that I got 6-7 months to recover. And I know how to make my body get better. Like, literally, that's all I did. So, like, literally, I'm like, bro, all right, third year, all right, let's go. All right, I'm hurting right now, and I know what I gotta do, and I'm just gonna do this, because I mean, I had enough friends to tell me like, hey man, you think you fixing to quit football and make $450,000 a year? Like, you know how hard that is to do.
Facts.
You hurt, you doing this right? Do you understand how hard it is to be out in the real world and make $450,000, $550,000? I'm like, no,
legally.
Man, that's all I've been doing. Like, as soon as I got out of college, that's all I've been doing. I'm like, no. And I'm like, I'm 37 now. I ain't made that kind of money the rest of 14 years of my life.
Right.
Yeah.
So I had kind of had a plan of what I wanted to do. And I mean, dude, when your body's hurting, like my body was hurting, it wasn't I mean, I couldn't. They called me to come back, and I was just like, bro, I can't run. Like like even to this day, I physically not run. Like I can't run, bro. I go walking like an old man with a couple of my home. I'm like, look, dog, I carry me a stick. I'm like, dog, if any dog come out here, hey, bro, we just finna have to fight him. I ain't running because I can't run nowhere.
You said, "Oh God, me a stick, take me a stick."
I got me a stick, dog. We going walking. We'll go walk 3, 4, 5 miles. And so
Till, you that old man with the stick walk around here with the fanny pack
or
the neighborhood.
Walk around here with a fanny pack, got my phone. Hey, I'm gonna go walk, man. But like,
we walk.
I mean, the pain that I was in, I was just kind of like, I didn't have a choice to give up the game, but I knew that I wanted to coach, and so I kind of went into that and transitioned, into volunteering and being able to do that and being at home with my family, and so it was. I think that my wife and my family and my structure, the structure that I had, made that transition really easy for me.
Gotcha. Great.
Yeah, I know for a lot of, even for me, like even when I first got done, it was hard, and just because playing football so long, my mind and my body was on football mode, so it was hard to just sit back and relax. So for that whole first year after I got done, that next season, I couldn't even watch football because I found myself sitting here and I'm watching the game, but I'm getting pissed watching the game that I'm not even a part of. Because, at the time, like, I was in the game, so, NFL is copycat league. So a lot of people do a lot of the same stuff. So I'm sitting here, like, man, what is this guy doing? Screaming at the TV, man, you know what? No, I can't watch this, bro. I can't. Because I'm not even a part of the game right now, and I'm getting upset. I'm frustrated watching the game.
Yes.
I'm like I should be a fan right now. I should just be enjoying the game for what it is. Who scores, whatever, big hits, like that's what I should be enjoying, but I wasn't. And so that whole year, I'm like, bro, I couldn't watch it. Took me to the following year. I'm like, I'm at a better place now. I can watch football.
Yeah.
But for some people, it's just different. Some people handle it different. Like you said, especially when you still feel like you got something in the tank. Yeah. Because I was sitting there like the couple games I did watch beginning of the year. I'm sitting here like, bro, this dude right here, he is not better than me.
Trash.
I
He's
know
trash.
he I know he ain't better. Look at his footwork.
No,
Look at
hey,
his foot-
ain't nothing,
and he can't tackle.
There's nothing worse than watching the football game and you ain't there and you like, I'm better than that dude.
Like what?
Man,
Like his first step.
nothing worse than that.
Like his first step. Oh, it's terrible.
But like you said, like when the body starts breaking down, because I did have had some surgeries throughout the career, and just even those next couple of years after I was done, people, you miss playing football. I'm like, yeah, up here, yeah, but my body's like, yeah, no, you don't. No, you don't.
All right, man, fellas. Last two things real quick, but this time I haven't a chance to ask some of the veterans that have been on my show. I had some of the rookies and everything on the head a few times. I had AJ Terrell from Clemson, and after he got drafted. So for you guys, man, what was your first big ticket item that you purchased after you got your signing bonus from that you can remember? And if you regret it, if you look back now, you're like, I would not have gotten that. What was that at that time?
Bro, I'm gonna lose. I'll let Mike answer. I ain't getting no money. No, after I signed $3,000. My check was $1,600. I flew my dad. My dad drove my car out to Arizona, and I flew him back. That's what I spent my money on.
First big purchase,
like,
bro.
You was at ATL too, bro. So don't you? Yes.
I already had a car. I got a car pre-draft. Other than that, bought a house. Like when I was with my ex, like we were staying in an apartment, and times like we needed more space. I just got custody of my oldest son, who was diagnosed with autism, and so. Time we like, bro, like we live like third floor, so East Stomp and all that stuff a lot. It's like, bro, we got neighbors getting like we need to find us a house.
Gotcha.
I'm working, she found us a house, we bought a house, bro. That was like the first real big purchase that I made was buying a house, because
Okay, look
at
y'all be responsible, man. I need y'all be reckless. Y'all know reckless cats, bro. I need some reckless story, man. I bought a Maserati, bro. Shouldn't even bought it.
Where did you blow money at that you want to get it back?
Yes, that's it. There you go.
Where I blow money?
Where did you blow money at? You like, this money gone. I can't get it back.
On cars, no, for real. For cars, like I wasn't a jewelry person, so like, my first car was a Chrysler 300.
Oh, that was hot. They was hot back when it first came out.
300C, let me get
like
that.
a Bentley back then.
So that's what I was gonna say. So that's what I did, bro. As soon as I had made the team, bro. I went and got me a rental spot because they was like, man, you're a rookie, they can cut you whenever you want to. So I got a rental, all the with all
furnished and everything. Yep.
Yeah, and so I went and like literally after the second game, I went and bought me a Chrysler 300.
So that was my thing. So I got the 300C right before draft, and then like February after my rookie year, I had just got had them player performance checks, and so I was a fifth round pick. Nice. I started 11 games as a rookie.
Oh, you was in there.
Yeah, so I almost got in player performance what was my base salary.
So yeah, you one of them cats.
Yeah, so I trade. So I ain't about nothing crazy. I traded my 300C in for 300 SRT. Okay. So that was my thing. It's like looking back, like bro, I was wasting money, because then the next year I did the same thing. They came out with a newer SRT. Yep, traded it in for that one.
But you know what? But at least you was trading me in a lease and not buying cash money though. Straight up, at least you weren't doing cash money.
But it was still like, looking back, like damn, bro, I really just waste money doing that.
Yeah.
Because then like the next year, like my fourth year in Atlanta, I got rid of my SRT. Within like not even a month, I bought a CLS 550 Mercedes and a platinum edition F-150. And that was only because, and dude, so
you was going
crazy story. So I went to it was me, DJ Shockley. We was at the autograph signing at the car show they do in Atlanta. The cars is about to come out and all that. So we're signing right at Ford. And this is when I see the platinum F-150. It was white. And I'm over here like, I'm asking the ladies like, look, real talk. Let me talk to you.
Let me talk to you for a second.
So what would it take for me to leave right now with that truck? That's how good it looked. You know, I'm country, bro. I want that truck.
So he was lit up. He was lit up with that one.
Yes. I wish I could. Like, it ain't out yet. Like, man, look, I want this truck. And so put me in contact with somebody. Probably like a couple weeks later, there was a guy who's like one of the regional managers from Ford was on our plane. We had a road game. Player development guy, hey, he's up there. Hey, go talk to him. Bet. We on the plane. I broke down everything I wanted on my truck right there on the plane. He's like, bet. We land. He's like, when I get in the office tomorrow, I'm going to order for you. 6 weeks later, I had it. For real? Yep. And so, I just flat out got that. And then when I traded in my for the CLS, I traded in my 300.
Yeah,
bro, I had never even test drove or nothing. The Mercedes that I bought, no nothing. We were leaving for a road game. The Mercedes place was I think it might have been Alpharetta. I drove. We got a little morning walkthrough because I used to always drive to the little parking spot down by the airport. I dropped my 300 off with him. I was like, bro, all right, I'll sign the paperwork when I get back. Got in the CLS, I drove it to the airport. That was the first time I drove it. First time I seen it. I called him. Look, this is what I'm online. Look, okay, I looked online. This is the color interior I want. I want all the bells and whistles, all that.
Give it to me.
I'll be there. All right, well, all right. Literally, we exchanged keys. I already did all the paperwork. I'll sign it when I get back. Go to the airport. Just like that.
The life. There you have it. Okay. There.
But I gonna say, like, looking back, like, bro, like, I really didn't need all that. Like you said, cars depreciate as soon as you drive off the lot. I don't need all that.
Yeah.
So I mean, looking back, like, I shouldn't have did that.
How long did you keep it? You still got either one of them? You just got the platinum or what's
it was fun.
No, see, so here's what's great. So probably going into my last year in New York, I gave my F-150 to my dad for his birthday. He still has it because I didn't. I love the truck, but in our facility, everything in New York, everything we did was in Jersey. So if I drove to work and I had to go to the city afterwards, there wasn't many parking spots that was going to take my truck. So I would have to go home first, go out of the way, go home,
then come back,
get my car, just to go to the city. So it was always a hassle, bro. And then the roads that were bad.
Terrible because it was snowing all the time, ice. How was how was New York, man? Obviously not a place you wanted to live at because you didn't live there. Stay there.
New York is good. Like I love. Well, I lived in Jersey. Yeah, visiting the city was good. Like I could never live in New York. Yeah. But living in the part of Jersey I did was fun. Okay. Matter of fact, thinking about it because thinking about my whole car thing. So right after I got the Mercedes and the F-150, shoot, the next that was what 08. Yeah. So the beginning of 09. That Super Bowl was the year they had who was it? Jason Statham had all the Audi commercials.
Yes.
So I had just came back out here after Super Bowl. Came out here to Arizona to train. And dude, I'm sitting, I'm riding down the 10. I'm riding past the Audi dealership, and I'm like, you know what? I ain't never been anywhere. I just want to go look. I ain't had no intentions on buying it. I just want to go look. Pull up, the guy was like, oh, you can't help you with anything? I was like, no, bro, I'm just looking. Just want to look. So they had an A8L Audi sitting on the showroom floor. It was the last 08 they had because the 09s that just came out. They had a red tag sale on it. Buddy came by and was like, if you want it, I ain't even say that to him. He's like, oh, if you want that, I can give it to you for this price. It was like $12,000 cheaper than what the red tag sticker was. And I'm over here like,
wait, what? You know, find my mice.
All right, I'll take it. I just got my car shipped out here from Atlanta. I was like, and I called my mom. I'm like, look, I said, Mom, you gonna be mad at me, but I just bought another car. She's like, you did what? I know, man. It's gonna be my last one. It's gonna be my last one. I ain't buying no more.
I think so.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
wow.
Stuff like that, God, it's all a want. It ain't a need. Wasn't nothing that I needed, just a want. Looking back, it was a waste of money.
Yes. So how do you guys, the last one, how do you guys encourage these news players coming out? They're getting bigger contracts, bigger, more money guaranteed, and then, like I said, with the move that Deshaun Watson just made, he's completely shattered the market in a great way for the players of the guarantee, the amount of guaranteed money. How do you tell a 19, 20, or 21, 22-year-old advice to him coming out about making these type of purchases, but at the same time allowing him to live a little bit,
Man, you gotta tell him, man, you gotta think for the future. Like, if you're gonna buy something, like, is this gonna benefit me down the road, or is this gonna be something that I wasted? You can always get something that you want, but it also be something that you can still benefit from. So if you're going out, you want to get, like, I mean, unless you're getting the Sean money, don't be out here buying these Ferraris and Bentleys and all that. I mean, yeah, like, let me take that back, because you're allowed to treat yourself. You can work your whole life.
Yeah. You're right. Kind of a little bit.
You get that big contract, treat yourself to one thing. But like I said, if you get something like that, it's something like those kind of cars don't depreciate like the rest of these cars that we gonna buy.
True.
But I can't but make smart decisions, man.
I think that you gotta be surrounded by the right people. Like, I mean, I made my share of mistakes financially. Who hasn't? So, my thing is just, I mean, and that's what's tough. I don't know if you guys listen to. I'm not trying to promote no other podcast.
I Am Athlete. Pivot.
The Pivot.
Come on, I'm rocking with it.
They call the Michael Beasley.
Judge, I don't think we're gonna take any fan base from there. I'm just saying, so you can go ahead. Not yet, anyway. I don't think I'm doing it yet.
I listened to the podcast they did with Michael Beasley, and
man, major.
Dog, it just, like, bro, it broke my heart.
Yeah.
He just felt like there was nobody there for him. He didn't feel like anybody was ever trying to help him. Everybody's just trying to take from him. Take. Yes. Yeah, and I don't. I mean, because of, my dad, my family. Like, I can't I can't process like anything that dude has ever went through, because I've always, like, my base has always been there. Like, I can always go to my parents. Like, that's so major. Both of them are still alive. Like, and so, not saying that they always gave. Like, I mean, dude, my parents grew up just like anybody else. They didn't always tell me the best thing in the world or the greatest thing in the world, but they were always there for me. And so, like, to me, that's the best thing, is being there, right?
Yes.
And so, I never felt like it was anything that I had to do. You get what I'm saying? Or anything like that. And so I'm trying to think of how to wrap this up. My base helped me, through my life. You get what I'm saying? From high school, college to pro.
Foundation.
And after that, you get what I'm saying? As far as being able to move on, like, that's what helped me the most. And so, like, without that, I don't know what else. I wouldn't know what I would be doing.
Yeah. And that's so very true and very real. Like I said, it all boils down to that. And like I said, just talking about the show with Michael Beasley, he was, and that's why I was going to even allude to it. Like, man, that then y'all have to deal with players, somebody taking something from them, being stealing from them, whether it's family, whether it was financial advisors, going through that process. You got to know, and because that hurts when you already focus. He said I was so driven and so focused on the game, I wouldn't even notice a lot of this stuff happen. There's another player who was talking about that, and because I trusted this person with my finance, I trusted this and that, yada yada. He was taking money. out of the account, replacing it before I was able to see it and stuff like that. And then I just went to the account and they're like, you don't have this money. I'm like, wait, what are you talking about? Seeing so many of those type of stories, man, is unbelievable. I think, and not to even divulge a lot of information, but it has been made public. But one of our former teammates, and from Elmont, Kenneth Darby, dealt with some of that, while he was in the league, unfortunately, and he has since bounced back, of course, and everything, but he dealt with that, a financial advisor or whatever, getting into their pockets and getting their money and things like that. So you have to be so aware of that when you got that much money at such a young age and not having even really knowing how to handle finance. College teach you want to finish, but they don't teach you how to handle that level of type of money, because a lot of them teachers haven't even saw that level type of money. So how they gonna teach you something that they have never seen for themselves? So those things are why, and even shouting them out, a pivot in the I am athlete and things I've seen, and you got some more out there. Even with the basketball side, I think it's becoming so very important, and that's what I want to model even E36 Unfiltered out of, to be able to give that game, kind of show that game, because I'm more now in the professional acting now, so. Having to learn how to get into that lifestyle, into that game, and how people can help them navigate that stuff, and understanding, the battle that comes with that industry. But you guys, like I said, this is right now talking about the NFL and what you guys have had to experience and the mental aspect of it and that brotherhood. Do you guys stay in contact? Speaking of the brotherhood in a situation like that, do you guys have a support system from former players that you guys still keep in contact with, to kind of, be that support system? Do you guys still have that? And does that really generally exist for everybody in the NFL, or is it only a certain echelons or whatever?
I think it's, well, I can't speak for everybody, but I know I know I got some guys that I play with, some guys that I didn't play with, but we just became friends by way of, mutual friends, and, we've always kept in contact over the years. So it's, I think it's good to, for me, is still being able to keep up, talk with some guys, to talk about life, see how guys are doing after. I've seen guys, who didn't have kids when we played, now they got kids, and it's like, bro, like, it's like, seeing that different side of life.
That what
about you, T?
Man, I got a couple guys I talk to, but I got guys in my family that, my dad played in the league, and then I got another brother that's out in Hollywood. He's acting, so man, my more than just guys that I play with or against. It's really my family structure is really strong.
Superstar family. That's what that is. They ball it. They're in a great place, man. I love how they do it, man. But yeah, I'm gonna brag on it for you, man. They doing their thing. I love it.
Yes, that's my
great family. Family.
My sister, I don't know if they watching or not, but my sister just had a baby a month ago. Her name's CJ.
Hey, okay.
Just freaking, she's awesome. But those are the kind of things, you get what I'm saying. Like for me, I don't know, Mike. I got 5 brothers and sisters. It's 3 boys, 3 girls. So we got a big family, and we roll deep, man. And so I was hanging out with my wife and my 2 sisters yesterday. My wife's got 2 sisters and a brother. We went to a gender reveal yesterday. Then I went and hung out with my sisters and her baby. So my family structure is really strong, man. And so I do have guys that I keep up with. My family kind of keeps me grounded.
Yeah, that family's everything. So my mom is here in Arizona with me. My dad's back home in Alabama. My brothers. So I can't actually. I'm going back to Alabama in a couple of weeks, and I can't wait. Can't wait to see the fam, bro. Me and my brother, he wants to get out on the lake one day when I'm there, do some fishing.
I was just gonna ask about that. So do some fishing now.
That's his Zen place, man. Actually, I think he's having a fish fry next weekend. He might have had it yesterday.
Hey, dog, I'll pitch in, dog. Hey, bro. Drop that link, dog. I'll pitch in, man.
Hey, bro. Hey, I'm there, bro. Matter of fact,
you know what I'm saying? Any day.
And I tell, look, hey, for me, shit, I'm going. Hey, Juneteenth this year. I be in Alabama, my brother. We doing it again. Same thing we did last year. Fish fry. We doing another seafood broil. We doing everything, man.
Man, I had you on the show twice, bro. I gotta get some type of invite at some point in time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't saying we bros, but you know, so we kind of like some. I'm just saying, but anyway, we'll get this thing doing, man.
I'll pitch in, dog. Don't be stingy, man.
Hey, bro.
We'll drive a little north, dog. We'll drive a little north.
You more than welcome, bro. My brother, because my brother live over there in Gas. Well, he live in the Tyler over there by Gas.
That ain't nothing but a drive.
Yeah, I know.
That's what's up, guys. But we're gonna shut this thing down, man. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate everybody that's been tuning in, sticking around, man. This has been a phenomenal show, man. Over the time that we was looking at, but you guys have stuck it in with us, guys, my viewers and everything. So I appreciate you guys for that on YouTube and Twitter, as well as here on the Facebook, guys. So appreciate you, love you guys. Last words, guys. Once again, got my man Michael Boley, former Super Bowl winner with New York Giants, and my man, former teammate, man, class of 03, Tim Castille, Arizona Cardinals, UA. We out of here, man. I appreciate you guys. Signing out. If you haven't already, guys, go subscribe to my page. Again, that's YouTube page. It's E36. You got on the bottom here for you guys. That is E36 Unfiltered. Go subscribe on the YouTube page. We will be releasing this once again in the masses, guys. So stay tuned, stay locked in. And once again, E36, guys, we out of here. Thank you.
All right. Appreciate it, bro.
Okay.
E36 Unfiltered, aka the Unfiltered Room with Mr. E. Gray. Introducing all the latest names in the latest news. Hottest take, he the new face, yeah, the new sound, but keep it old school. Raw interviews from local